has ensured his latest album goes platinum before it's even released. That's because 1 million Samsung Galaxy owners in the States were able to download a free copy of Magna Carta Holy Grail from midnight this morning. It's thought the mobile phone company paid more than £3 million for the deal with the rapper.
That's right.
Oh man, let's play that. We made this song the other day, so we were sitting here. The idea is to really finish the album and drop it.
Great. Beautiful.
Giving it to the world at one time and then letting them share it and it goes out.
Well, is it the next big thing, and is it going to help Samsung get one over on its big rival Apple? Joining us now is Ernest Doku, who's a technology expert at uswitch.com. You managed to download this yet?
I want to. As soon as I get back, I'll be on my phone.
But you can't actually, I mean, you've got a Samsung phone, but you've also got to be in America, as I understand.
Yes, in the US, there's a few Samsung models that enable consumers to download a copy of the brand new album. Samsung's paid reportedly in the region of £3 million.
Well, some people are saying $20 million.
Yeah. It's part of a wider endorsement deal. So in the weeks leading up to it, there's been a great deal of hype on YouTube, TV adverts, plastered across billboards all across the US, and now this is finally the culmination. 1 million copies available to a million Samsung owners.
Huge publicity stunt for Samsung. Everybody's talking about it, whether they like Jay-Z or not, whether they have a Samsung phone or not. Do you think that's why they've paid out this extraordinary amount of money, or do you think they're really keen to try out new methods of getting music to fans?
I think it's certainly a massive boon for Samsung. I think the big goal was to really get consumers talking, not necessarily to buy the new handset, but to have their name in association with the biggest sort of commercially and in terms of consumer opinion, successful artists in history in the rap industry is certainly a massive boon for them.
And Samsung has kind of come from nowhere, hasn't it? And really is making Apple sit up and think twice about how it can compete with this.
I think they've definitely broadened their handset range to really cater for the Apple consumer, as well as those people who want something slightly more mid-range. I think with this, it's definitely something to really get in the driving seat and garner attention.
I mean, it's not the first time it's been done. I seem to remember that Prince gave away a record with the Mail on Sunday.
Yes, he did, and the fact that you remember it, I think, speaks volumes to how much this really resonates with consumers. Getting sort of Jay-Z on board really lends a bit of that cool brand that he has to the Korean manufacturer.
But, I mean, what we're really seeing, though, is where the real economic power is. In other words, it's not with the content producers now. The economic power is with the providers of services. I mean, again, in our world, we've got BT buying up some football rights and sort of bundling them up and giving it away with the service. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That actually performers, even people like Jay-Z, are finding it hard to make ends meet just from selling their product.
Certainly, and I think to garner $5 million before one copy's sort of gone on the racks in HMV or one download on iTunes is definitely key to sort of fending off this piracy, these other means where consumers are getting your content. So moving towards live concerts, moving towards these sort of unprecedented ways of distributing your music is a way to sort of get around that. And like you say, it's changing to really support services rather than selling albums by traditional means.
Now, there have been some negative comments today. One is Billboard, which runs the charts in America, is saying it's not going to count this because basically
they're not really records sold, strictly speaking. So once the consumer puts their money on the table and they get a copy of the CD, that's fair enough.
So that may endanger it going platinum, I suppose.
No, I suppose with the Recording sort of Industry Association of America, they've actually changed their rules to allow somebody to instantly become platinum. So since Samsung have sold those bought those million copies, the album's already platinum before one copy's actually gone on sale.
But just talk through the whole process of how these Samsung users could access this album, because there have been teething problems with it. The idea was that at midnight everybody could access this app and the first 1 million people could download it for free. But lots of people actually complaining that they weren't able to access it, and other people saying that the terms and conditions that they had to agree to download this app, it meant that the company could have access to all sorts of personal information.
Yeah, it is one of those things. Unfortunately, there had been some teething problems, I think, due to the massive
people got
interest.
spinning icons.
It was a lot of buffering, a lot of loading screens. Instead of the decks, you got the spinning buffering. So yeah, unfortunately, you're supposed to download the app on the stroke of midnight. You're supposed to listen to this brand new album from a huge artist, and unfortunately, these are the consumers who'd really been massive fans of Jay-Z, been Samsung owners, and not been able to hear what they've been waiting for.
Also, this is the clean version, I understand, and as we know, Jay-Z and musicians like that can get quite raunchy or use bad language. So in a sense, you're not getting the real product.
Yes, you're